Hello everybody, welcome back to make a quick video because I'm not feeling pretty good and the markets aren't really looking amazing either. So there's I'm on Filecoin here, some remnants from the stream last night. So long story short, Bitcoin, I don't think actually Bitcoin looks too bad. It's not looking very convincing as of this very moment in time, but there are signs of suggestion that it's actually still going to go on to make its new local high, towards 48,000, maybe a wick or two higher than that. What we see here is on this 4 hourly, things aren't actually all that bad. A lot of altcoins actually look the same, not on their 4 hourlies, but on their dailies. So, like I said on the last couple of videos, goes back to something I was trying to stress about 3, 4 maybe weeks ago. I'm not entirely sure when, but when we were getting all these golden crosses forming on the dailies on altcoins, I said, look, these are great. These suggest continuation of trend. However, for any kind of new position, you really want to see if we can get a pullback into those 200 exponentials on the dailies. Because if you're going to get a great entry point or a better entry point for a trade, at least anyway, that's where you're going to get it. And recently we pulled into those, but sentiment has fallen through the roof. And sometimes sentiment is, this is a big deal, really. But yeah, I mean, long story short, altcoins can actually V-shape recovery, but I'm not going to present this video as one of those because, as much as they can, and as much as, we should be not expecting but hopeful of that, about 70% of the time that sort of thing does happen. But this video is just going to be on Bitcoin because Bitcoin is the leader here, is the dominant chart, it's the better chart. And this is just the 4 hourly, and you see the 4 hourly actually doing those golden cross retests on a 4 hourly, going on V-shaped recovery, moving on to a new local high, and then a couple of wicks down again. This one obviously sliced through it. The one after that hit it. And so far, we're having a reaction. It's pretty clear that the $44,000 zone is the major resistance. This little thing over here could, in all fairness, be seen as a liquidity grab, as could this. So there is a battle from the bulls and the bears taking place, with the medium line being around 44,000. So it's interesting. It's definitely interesting. That's basically your 4 hourly. So let's take it to the daily. The daily actually looks pretty good. In all fairness, it's not bad. So we are consolidating for momentum on the MACD, RSI, which actually is broken out. Money flow index as well, still consolidating. And the price action is holding above your Bollinger Band Center, the 10 exponential, and actually all moving averages that give that we care about. So in that sense, Bitcoin still looks good. Recognize what I'm saying. Bitcoin looks good. If we also think about what this wick did on the daily, it came down to a 50 exponential, which is also part of a Golden Cross retest. Golden Cross took place way back when, many decades ago, almost a year ago. We've been Golden Crossed ever since. We came close to a Death Cross, but it's still been Golden Crossed, and there's your retest of that 50 exponential. So all signs of life still exist on Bitcoin, really. Bitcoin is the one. And although it doesn't look like it wants to do anything as of this very second, I'm actually, relatively confident that it will actually go on to make a new local high, and it will end up hitting that area around 48,000 and maybe a bit higher than that. There's nothing on this chart right now to say that it won't do that. Honestly, there isn't. The only thing, which is the thing that I've been bringing up since beginning of December, and probably higher before that really, but definitely around the beginning of December, is that, money flow index has been high. It still remains high, but this isn't as bad as it was. I'm not as scared of it here as I was over here, and the reason for that is that we can have a bubble pop when you reach, into the lower to mid 90s, and anything above that, obviously, you can reach a bubble pop. That's what you can get, or you can get bearish divergence, which we don't have because we've not closed the candle body above the previous height. So this isn't a bearish divergence. And the reason that these two, this doesn't scare me as much as it was in December is that bubble pops like this, when they get to 95, bubble pops, I suppose this is more of a divergence play, but it is. I'll have to show you the price action. Sorry, my quality is suffering with my health. We got a significant high over here, and then this absolute high came in the form of divergence, really, candle body closures. So look, with that, we are not in the same boat. you'd look for a divergence or a bubble pop, and I don't think we've got either of those. We will obviously get a divergence or a bubble pop the higher we go. So we are on borrowed time for Bitcoin, and it goes to the point I've been saying, risk to reward, risk to reward. What is the risk to reward? And it's still not very good. The risk to reward favours the risk, really, over the longer period, because whichever way it's going to go, I think we're going to end up consolidating over a prolonged period of time, as I keep saying. I think that's the most likely scenario anyway. But if I had to put my money on it, I would say that I think it's more likely to go up first before it does consolidate. So it's as simple as that. So finally, we'll just finish on the Bitcoin dominance chart. So final nail in the coffin for alts, really. And that doesn't mean that alts can't outperform Bitcoin on some days. But generally speaking, we should have looked at this. Captain hindsight kicks in when on charts like this. This is your Bitcoin dominance chart, extremely bullish, has been bullish for ages. Yeah, we had a nice little alt season. We've had a few decent alt seasons, alt season part 1, alt season part 2. We've made several 100%, I'm sure. But the reality is that this is nothing more than a golden cross retest on a 200 exponential on the dominance chart. And for me, the next major alt season, or a prolonged alt season, like a real one, a one that will get people excited, because I know that you could consider what's happened as an alt season. I've certainly called it alt season, because it has been an alt season, let's face it. What's Bitcoin done? 150% from the bottom to the top. And what have our altcoins done? BSV, that's 300%. Chainlink, 400%. INJ, like 1,000%. Loads of these altcoins that have been calling over and over again. Not all of them, I appreciate that, not all of them, but loads of them from the right back at the beginning when I was calling for them. Alt season, they've outperformed Bitcoin. So that is technically an alt season in my book. But yeah, it's not the alt season that we managed to get in 2021, which was the absolute best, right? And one day we'll get something like that. But in order to get something like that, you do have to see the dominance chart go up higher, and the next area where we might see a rejection is around 57 to 58% dominance. I would expect a decent reaction around there. Is it going to be unbelievable? No. But is it going to be considered an alt season? I would say probably. And if it doesn't, then the next major one's going to be up here, 63 towards 64% dominance. Yeah, is it going to be amazing? Is it going to be the best? I don't know. Is it going to happen? I don't know. But shall we highlight this on the chart and prepare for that kind of move? Yes, absolutely. Right, so that's basically it. I'm going to go to have some more lemsips now, and with that, I'll leave it with you there. But thank you for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.